This event sponsored by Cross Country Mortgage. On the right, we have Jacob Balcos, Mike Brazil. On the left, Joe Rhodes, Don Chalifoux. We come to you in the middle of game 2. It is 3-3.
Alan says if you turn your back to the table, it is an automatic timeout.
Thank you, Alan.
Alan.
Oh.
Alan Montrone right here.
Oh, my bad.
And that's what I said. I was right.
Yeah, you're right, Ron. You're right.
I am an official.
Thanks, Alan.
I am rated a pro official, according to Arthur. I don't know how that got decided, but I don't really officiate matches.
All
I
right.
try not to.
That downhill brush winds up in the back of the goal, off a man and in. 4-3 lead for the team on the left. This is
Hey, Kenny.
a winner's bracket match. Let me find out exactly where they are.
Kenny B, how you doing, buddy?
This is to get to the king seat, you guys. All right, here's Jacob Balcos, the young phenom. Tries to go back down along the wall. Comes back to him. Downhill brush there. And he moves his hand up and down the handle to maximize the mechanical power from each pass, Ron. So if you're fast enough to look, you could see it. But it's really hard to do that, folks. To look at a player's hand every time. But it's so subtle too, so normal people wouldn't see it. Only if you've had your hand all up and down the handle would you realize that. But to manage the mechanical grip on all those different parts is very difficult. But he's smart and he handles it. Joe Rhodes had a shot to take that second game.
Does he always wear that gauntlet?
Sprays it wide.
Is that new?
Jacob's or Joe's?
Jacob.
He's
got a wrap
I've
around his
seen
wrist.
I've seen it on him before.
Okay.
All right, Jacob takes it away here in a chance to take a second game from this big, giant team of Joe Rhodes and Don Chalifoux, and Jacob rips a big push side. They stole that one.
Posted it too.
Yep, they were down 3-4 there, and Jacob and Mike Brazil came back and stole that one.
So winner of this plays for king seat.
Yep. And boy, that can be disheartening, can't it, Ron? Because you might get game 3.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to fight them in game 4
I was
and
in this
5
position
as well.
last night.
Right.
I went down 2-0, and we came back to 4-4 game 4 and lost.
Yeah, game 3 is the worst game to win. I've heard you say that before.
Yeah. So on 2, we got an interesting singles match coming up.
Who do we got?
Balza versus Zach Hoffer, it looks like.
Okay.
Unless Zach is there getting his raps.
Yeah, I think he's been eliminated now.
Okay, you're right. He was there getting his raps.
All right. This is Joe Rhodes, downhill brush. And he's got some work to do. Mike Brazil has some great defense back there. Got to play with them in Michigan this year and got a good look at it. Back down the middle, out and back down the middle, and a perfect out and back down the middle.
Yeah, it was too.
Yeah, it had to be.
Clean.
All right, and you'll see that Jacob puts his 3-bar against the wall when Brazil's set up, and Brazil has these stationary targets, and he'll still hop out and hit other passes, even though Jacob's stationary. He's not just frozen there. All right, brush up by Jacob. Block comes back to him. That's Don Chalifoux playing defense back there.
He cut that back, a pull, cut back, I think.
Was it?
Yep.
All right, Kansas City's own Joe Rhodes here gets this one through.
Nice high lane.
Joe rocking the Batman shirt. You see him wear that on tour. You see different guys wear different things. Some guys wear the Superman shirt.
I've never noticed.
You never know?
Nope.
That was a deep push side block, though, by Mike Brazil. Comes back to Joe's 5 here. Try to go for the high lane there. And Mike Brazil gets you a point or two. Out of Minnesota, Mike and Jacob. Tried that bank off the outside wall there, I think. Chalifoux's got a good 2-row here, too. I really like his pull shot. I've seen him score like 4 or 5 points in a game with that pull shot before. I know his push shot's probably really good too. All right, Jacob along the wall. And buries a pull side. Joe through the high lane. Good push side goes around Mike Brazil. See Mike Brazil cutting off the angle to anything Don sprays there, unless it goes to the long hole. It's kind of where he's forcing him. But that's how you want to have your men fixed to protect those sprays, if it's possible. All right, here's Joe. I think he scored the last two. Blocked and taken away here, though, by Mike Brazil. And Don Chalifoux throwing Illinois State here May 5th through 7th, I think. Right, Ron?
What do you mean here? You mean
coming up soon.
coming up soon? Right, right.
Sorry. I think that's
You
the
confused
weekend,
me.
isn't
I'm like, why would it be here?
it? No. Coming up very shortly.
Yeah, I'll be there.
They
See you there.
They just had their tournament in the fall, just recently.
And
but
decided to switch to the spring. I
No.
bought a table there.
they've been on the spring setup, but they had to switch to the fall for a certain reason, maybe
Oh,
the
I see.
pandemic or whatever.
Okay.
But just to have the tournament, they had it last year. Timeout, guys on the right, I think. But
You're playing with Jeff Kimmerling.
Yep.
He's here this weekend.
Yep.
I'll be playing with Mike Wierowski again. And I'm going to be staying up front now. No more goalie for me.
It's rough back there, isn't it?
I
It
like
can
it
be.
back there, but the slop. I lost sleep last night.
Yeah,
I got
like
about
that.
3 hours. I think I woke up at 6:30.
It's a tall task to keep the slop out. You never know where it's coming from. You have to anticipate everything. It's the only way.
I kept hearing the sound of the ball drop into the goal all night in my dreams.
All right. Out of that timeout, here's Mike Brazil. We'll see what they have in store for us. I'm sure they have a plan. Jacobs 3-bar against the wall. I think he tried to spray it up to that second man stick. Picked off here, though, by Joe Rhodes. Pull side posted up. Comes back to him. Sprayed that one wide. Back to Joe's 5. Stick up. All right, Joe rocking. Try to go down the middle. Good D there by Brazil. Held out for it. All right, Mike can shoot around these options too. But I think he's looking at a pass right now. Try to go wall there. Try to go second man there. And block back into the goal. 3-2 here in this third game. Joe's seen that series before. Loses that one to Jacob. Jacob uses Joe's own pass against him and then ties it up at 3. Tic-tac bounce pass. Big fast rock, Joe Rhodes. Pull side blocked by Mike Brazil. Good long on goal. And here's Don Chalifoux with a short push kick to give his team a 4-3 lead.
Nice shot by Uncle Don.
Beautiful. Timeout, somebody.
What do they call him, Uncle Don?
Yeah, Uncle Don.
Uncle Don.
Everybody knows Uncle Don. This tournament wouldn't be what it was without Don.
I think Don is 72 years old.
Yeah.
That's not
something like
I'm
that.
not joking either.
Yeah, he's still pretty darn good.
He's in better shape than I am.
A grizzled veteran for sure.
That's a grizzled team, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, Jacob brushes this one down. Chance to tie it up for Jacob Balcos. Jacob Balcos, only 16, you guys.
Yeah, we got both ends of the spectrum of the room here. Uncle Don versus the 16-year-old.
Will it be experience or youth and energy? All right. Joe Rhodes, a chance to close out this third game.
The truth is the kid's just something special. We haven't seen this in foosball that I know of at this extent.
Well,
He was playing beginner 2 years ago. He almost took Tony down in singles last night.
I mean, we've seen this with all those big names, with the Billy Pappases, with the Tony Spreedmans,
Sam
but
DeJohn.
Sam DeJohn.
But was it
them.
this fast, this much?
I think so.
Okay. He won both pro events, double dipped in both. He wins this, he'll be playing for King Seton Open doubles. 2 weeks ago in South Dakota, he won 5 out of 7 events, and the 2 he didn't win, he took a second and a third. One was mixed with his sister. The other one was singles.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive just because it's new to us and it's just so special to have a new, really good foosball player, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, we grew this guy here and groomed him, and everybody's taught him so much, and he's learned so much, and everybody wants to help him because
we
he's
like
so
him.
nice. He's
You can't
like the
not
best
like
kid
this
you'll ever meet.
They were calling him Mowgli. I don't know if that's an affectionate nickname for him.
It's from The Lion King or whatever.
Yeah, they put the Lion King Mowgli
Yeah.
side by side on Facebook.
Stahl
with him.
Jr. did that too. Yeah, it looks just like him. It's funny. All right, up through the lane there goes Jacob Balcos.
Shout out to Stahl Jr. Alan, I wouldn't doubt if Tommy Orr moved up faster, and Tommy won an open world title. So you're right. That would probably be, but he's up there in that category. Give him another year. I played him and double dipped him at Michigan in last October. He's already a new player. He's stepped up again and again and again. Now I don't know if I'll ever beat him again.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, when Jacob started playing foosball versus like when the other guys started playing foosball. You know, like maybe Tommy Orr's been playing since he was a little kid, is what I'm guessing.
Right.
I don't know about Jacob.
Yeah.
So if he was truly a beginner and didn't play much foosball 2 years ago, that is really fast. But I'm impressed with all those guys. All right, here's Joe Rhodes. 2-2 here in game 4. Mike Brazil trying to get a wall pass through.
You're right, Kenny. He also won the DYP this weekend. So he won pro singles, pro doubles, and DYP so far.
Yeah, 2 double dips, and he's taking out a bunch of masters and open singles. That's the impressive part.
Yeah, he beat Tracy, and who else was it?
All right, Joe brings his team up 3-2. Jacob brushes it down. Chance to even it up at 3. Push side blocked by Chalifoux. And again, taken away by Chalifoux.
Table 2, we got a singles match getting started. Russell Ochana versus Kenneth Dale.
Yeah. All right, here's Joe Rhodes. Cuts that one back. Game point, Joe Rhodes down Chalifoux. We might have a game 5 here, you guys. That's what we want to see. All right, that's the Joe Rhodes high lane there. And Jacob learned that by watching Joe Rhodes.
I learned it
And
from watching you.
And now he's using it against him.
You think it's just to get under his skin a little
A
bit?
little bit.
Hey, watch this, Joe. Does this look
Time
familiar? Yeah, see, it made Joe take a timeout.
Yeah,
Think about it.
It probably take you off. He's over there using your pass against you.
What would be funny is if he'd look up at him every time he did it.
Mm-hmm.
How about a sponsor read? Cross Country Mortgage, Open Doubles sponsors.
That sounds great.
Buy a house? You need a mortgage? Do they do refinancing? I don't know. Look it up. Cross Country Mortgage.
Thanks, Ron. All right, Joe through the lane. Game point. Shooting on Mike Brazil. Pull side. Game 5 coming at you. Other sponsors for our weekend include Ben Small Engines, Balance Studios, Jessica Waters Real Estate, American National Bank, Good Nature E-Vapor, Holmes Automotive Recycling, A&B Process Systems, and Latticrete.
Hey, what's A&B Process Systems?
Not sure.
I can't read really what that small type is under the logo. My eyes aren't good enough. I can't see that.
I can't either. Engineering, installation, fabrication, but the first word I can't read.
I'm wearing reader glasses, so I still can't read it. You know what we need for the sponsors next year? A little description. I think we should do more than just read the name, you know?
Okay.
Let people get an idea why they want to use that sponsor and support them.
All right, Jacob gets tries a middle first possession there, blocked and taken away by Chalifoux. This is game 5 open doubles. For the king seat, to get to the king seat. And that's Tony and Bud, Ellen and Brandon are going to play to get to the king seat as well. So it'll be one of those guys that the winner plays here. Block back into the go.
That came off Don's man a little weird. I think it started to bank.
Didn't go where he wanted it to,
No.
you're saying?
Yep.
That happens.
Nice shot by Joe. Deep pull side. Uh-oh.
What happened? Spit?
No, I think
Or maybe
it looked white, though, so something.
it could have been chips of wood because Joe drilled that thing.
Yeah, it looked white.
Trying to get you all the details we can here, folks.
Joe went a little too high on his brush lane there and hit his fourth man.
Stick up pass off a man and in. 2-1 lead for the Minnesota guys.
They got a couple easy ones on the right side on this game already.
Yep.
It's hard to come back from that.
Can be. Bounce pass taken away by Jacob Balcos.
Jacob hasn't made a pass yet, and he's up 2-0, or 2-1, you know?
Yeah. Taken right back here by Joe Rhodes. Try to tic-tac high lane. Back to Mike Brazil. And he gets one to go. Joe,
Wow.
no doubt, thinking about those two men that Jacob has down against the wall that Mike's been trying to pass to, and then he just Brazil sprayed it to the long haul. Timeout, Mike Brazil. Big lead for the guys on the right. Important point. You could go up 4-2 here, or you could make a mistake and
Steven
it could be 3-2.
Schmall says Jacob started seriously playing spring-summer of 2020. COVID?
Yeah. I don't know
Which is 3 years now.
I just don't know what you consider playing. Like, did he always have a table in his house?
Well,
I need to find out all the details.
I saw a picture on Facebook of him much younger, like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Standing at the table that his dad took, and the picture is captioned, "This kid's going to be good."
Yeah, see, so it may be he's just been playing tournaments for 2 years. So it's not exactly he was a true beginner when he won beginner. Like, none of them are. That's all I'm thinking about. And just like we talked about, it's 3-2. Game 5, open doubles. Jacob Balcos brushes that one up. Rocking. Buries a pull
Big hole.
side.
Big hole.
Match point. Jacob Balcos, Mike Brazil. All right. Joe gets that lane pass through. Try to go quick push side, taken away by Brazil. Timeout, Jacob Balcos. All right, Jacob Balcos puts the ball into play to get to the king seat match. D'd up by Chalifoux. And this is where Chalifoux is dangerous. He can square, and he gets one there. Brings his team within one to tie it up. But that's the first pull shot I've seen.
Timeout.
Timeout. Don
Joe
and Joe?
Rhodes, I think, called
Okay.
this time. Don was saying prayers to heaven after that shot. Put his hands up, looked up. Thank God. Thank you. Finally got one. You predicted that one. Look out for the square, and bang, he hit it.
It's deadly. Jacob shouldn't want to go to overtime. Uses a bounce pass there to get it through on the 5. Chalifoux posting up. Jacob sprays it wide. Ooh, try to slider. Does Don have another one in him? It's tough to defend how square he gets this thing. And Don ties it up
That was
overtime.
a split. That was a split.
Was
Yep.
it?
Yep.
Yeah, so this pull shot of Chalifoux is just so deadly. We have overtime. Jacob along the wall. And push
Right
side.
for that push side again.
All right, 2 for Chalifoux, 2 in a row. Does he have another? Jacob gets this one on the 5. It's a stick up. To get to the king seat. Just wide.
I'm up on 3. I'm going to go warm up.
All right, buddy. Good luck. All right, Jacob cuts that one through, but moves on to the king seat match. Mike Brazil, Jacob Balcos, moving on. Thank you to Cross Country Mortgage for sponsoring this event. Be back with more shortly.